Hi guys, I'm going to show you today a few of the basic features using the app iMovie. So on your iPad, first thing would be to find your app, the iMovie app, and open it. And you will see first when the app opens any of the past projects that you've done, and I've done quite a few, so you'll see all of my projects right there. If you don't have anything in this area yet, it's because you haven't created anything, but you're going to create something today. So the first thing you're going to do is tap on the plus sign up there in the corner. And iMovie will ask you, are you going to make a movie or are you going to make a trailer? Today for your project, you're going to make a movie, so tap on movie. The next screen is actually your camera roll. So iMovie accesses all of your pictures and videos and even your albums. Right now selected is the moment, so that's the most recently taken pictures, and you're able to select then right from this screen. If you wanted to do videos or photos or look at albums of older pictures, you could definitely access that using the menu off to the left. But for me, I'm just going to use the most recent ones. This screen is pretty nice because right away you can select the ones you want to use and create the movie. iMovie will then plug in all those pictures right away. You don't have to go through selecting each and every one. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick a couple of the pictures that I want to use. And you could pick one or two to start with, and you can always add in more later. So I'll just start with a few. And at the very bottom it says Create Movie. So I'll tap that. And right now iMovie is just pulling all of those pictures and creating a storyboard or a short movie for us already. So I'm going to scroll all the way back to the beginning. This area down here is called the storyboard. And that shows you exactly the pictures in an order of what the movie is going to be. And then at the top you'll have a zoomed in version of that picture so you can see the picture a little bit more clearly. When you tap on the play button, it will play the movie for you. So you'll see that all of the pictures then move as it goes through each one. It's kind of like a moving slideshow, which is really neat with iMovie, and it makes a really nice professional looking project. However, iMovie has made this movie. I didn't make a movie. So it's all default. All of the basics are right there, and nothing is really fancy or unique or overly creative. So I'm going to show you a few things in order to make this very basic, simple, default video into something more representative of your personality. So I'll show you a few of those simple things, or those things that you could tweak to make it more your own, and definitely play around with the different features of iMovie, and you can really make something that shows who you are, that goes beyond just those pictures. One of the first things I'm going to show you though is the question up at the top. If you tap on that, iMovie is really user friendly in the sense that they want you to be able to use it without having to struggle a lot. If you're ever stuck though, tap on that question. Instantly iMovie defines everything for you. It tells you what those icons are. So if you're ever stuck or you're not sure and you don't want to just tap on stuff or you're a little nervous about it, tap on the question. It defines those icons for you. And then just tap on that question one more time and it'll go away. Right next to the question at the very, very top is the gear. If you tap on that, iMovie will give you the option of putting a filter over your entire project. So if you wanted every single picture to have the same filter, you could pick it from this menu right here. Or if you wanted a theme for your project, iMovie has a couple of, well, not a couple, there's several themes you could pick from. What's nice about the themes is it adds another little special touch. Different transitions, different little pictures that show up as borders, and even the music. The theme music is also a really nice touch to creating a full project. So something to think about. You don't have to have a filter or a theme, but that's where you could find it if you wanted to experiment or play around with those. Okay, so now for the pictures and the actual editing of the pictures that I chose. I'll show you a few things, and then again, you can definitely play around with them as you see fit. So when I want to manipulate a picture, I have to tap on the picture down in the storyboard and highlight it in yellow. A little menu comes up at the very bottom with those different symbols like the little scissors and the letter T. Those are your different choices to manipulate or add things to that picture. The first thing I'm going to show you is actually that moving piece. You see how the picture moves? That's called the Ken Burns option. I want to take that off though. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm going to show you how to take it off if you don't like it. You'll see that the Ken Burns enabled shows up on my bigger picture there. If I just tap on it, it'll go away. The picture is now frozen in time, like it won't move anymore. Now that it's frozen, I don't want it to last as long. I want to actually shorten it up a little bit. Right now it's about 4 seconds long, and I want to actually make it shorter. So I'm going to select my picture, go to the very end and just drag the cursor back and make it shorter. And then disable that Ken Burns one more time. Now I could still move the picture around and kind of choose where I want it to stay frozen. So if I wanted to show more of the trees or if I want the kids to be more centered, I can still kind of choose where I want it to be in that sense. Another thing that I would want to do with this picture is to add a caption so you know who these kids are. So at the very, very bottom of the screen again, right now I have actions highlighted and that allows me to manipulate those pieces of the picture. But I want to add a caption, so I'm going to tap on the T for titles. There's a few choices with what kind of caption you want to put on there, so there's a little bit of choice. So you would just pick whichever one looks the best to you, and you can either put it in the very center of your picture, or if you look down there by the T again, you could pick lower, and that'll put the caption down in the corner. Now those are the only two choices. It would be really nice if iMovie would allow you to put that caption anywhere on the screen or make it any kind of size, but that option is not available on this version of iMovie. So I'm going to change that caption to just a very short label of who these kiddos are, my kids. I would recommend keeping it short and sweet with a caption. You think a fragment or a few words. You would definitely not put in an entire sentence that's really long or a paragraph. Your audience wouldn't be able to read it. Remember, that picture is only showing up for 3 or 4 seconds. You could make it longer, but to make this project most effective, I would recommend keeping your caption pretty short and to the point. You just hit done, and there's the caption on the picture. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is the transition. And the transition is that small little icon in between the pictures. And that's the feature of how's the first picture going to blend into the next one. So that's the default. And when I tap on it, I have some other choices. I could do the theme, I could dissolve, or I could choose the fade. And I really like the fade. So I'm going to change the transition from dissolve to fade. I could even change how long the filter lasts, or excuse me, how long the transition lasts. So it could be half a second all the way up to 2 seconds. So a little bit more of a dramatic transition between those pictures. I would also recommend that you keep all of your transitions the same. So if you're going to change it from the dissolve to the fade, I would recommend keeping all the filters the same. However, you wouldn't have to. It depends on the pictures and maybe the effect you want to give. So either choice would be fine, but keep in mind that you don't want it to be too crazy of a video or too difficult to follow for the audience. Another thing that you could do is leave Ken Burns on. So with this picture, I kind of do like how it moves because it's a picture of the water and the fish, and I kind of like that, how it moves. It kind of makes me think of the water. However, with the picture, how it starts and how it ends, I don't necessarily like where it's starting. So I'm going to tap on that picture, highlight it, and right now it's still under caption, so I don't see that Ken Burns coming up on the picture. I'm going to go back to actions, and there it is. So Ken Burns is still enabled, which means the picture is going to be moving. But now I want to change where it starts. So at the very top of those little options, it says pinch to position the start. So if I move my picture around, I can choose where I want it to start. And if I tap on the other little arrow, I can position where I want it to end. So if I want it to end at the very top of the picture, then I just move it that way. So now when I play it, you'll see that the picture starts at the very bottom and moves to the top. And you can do that from the top to the bottom, the side to the side. You get to choose where it starts and ends. So something also to think about. You don't just have to leave it at default. You can choose it, or you have some power over where those start and end. One more thing I'm going to show you with the pictures, actually. I'll show you how to import. Say that I like these pictures, but I wanted to add something else. There's another picture I want in there that I forgot to add. I'm going to go over to this menu. So the moments, videos, photos, that menu right there. If you tap on moments or pictures or albums or whatever, you'll find your camera roll once again. So it's still there. You can still access those other pictures or videos. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find that picture. When I tap on the picture, iMovie will put that picture right where the cursor is. So if I wanted that picture to go at the end, I would have to scroll all the way to the end of my movie. But I'm going to put it right here in the middle. I'm going to tap on that. I am going to shorten it up a little bit. And I'll leave Ken Burns on, but I'll change where it starts. I will also add a filter to this one, just so you guys can kind of see what that looks like. So the filter is at the very bottom. And I'm just going to add the filter to this one picture, not the whole project. And the one I like. Oh, dreamy. Dreamy. This is my husband, so we'll leave it at dreamy. How wonderful. So when we go back to the beginning and we want to see what we've done so far, kind of review those different options and features and how each picture now is a little more unique, a little bit more polished, and is more than just those basic defaults. And I have some more variety in there then. It makes it more interesting to watch. Now those are, again, just the very basics. I haven't added audio. You could with a theme, or you could add in sound effects. The way to do that would be, instead of tapping on media here on your menu, you could go to audio. If you had music already on your iPad, or you uploaded that, that would be an extra feature that I'm not going to show you today. The sound effects already come on, so you could choose from here if you wanted. The theme music is already on there as well, so you don't have to upload those things. You could if you had something, but there are a few options there already with iMovie. Again, you don't even have to add audio if you don't want to. It's there if you wanted. But overall, that's pretty much it. The last thing I would recommend would be maybe doing a voice recording here on the side, so you can narrate your entire story or your movie if you wanted to. But once you've gone through all that and you've made it your final project and say you're done, up at the very top left corner, you would just tap done. iMovie will save it in the iMovie app only, and that is where you would be finished.